It's one of the most historically significant town centers in the state of Texas, if not in the entire U.S. Market Square in Brownsville is undergoing yet another renovation, one of many over its long storied history. Here's more from Cameron County Historical Commissioner Gene Fernandez with this week's Throwback Thursday.
Brenda, we're here in Brownsville in front of what is indisputably the crown jewel of historic architecture for South Texas. This is the Market Square City Hall complex. It just got the designation by the state of Texas, actually nationally, for National Register. That's how important it is. Construction was begun in 1850 on the ground floor, and we're looking at the first 6 of these columns here was the original structure. It was finished in 1852, and that is the second floor as well. What it served as was a novel adaptation which really wasn't found in South Texas or the Western expansion, in that you have a marketplace and municipal quarters above. That just didn't exist down here in the New Spain. It did exist, however, in New England, because you have Trammell Hall, which was 1742, and they had almost the exact configuration. Now, the City Hall offices above held your police station, your courts, and your various offices of the mayor and all of that from the 1852 period on up into 1867. I stopped there because 1867, that top floor was blown off by the hurricane. It was immediately rebuilt in a slant roof configuration, and it stayed that way until 1912. So there have been various remakes of this building. If these walls could talk, they would pretty much say the entire history of Brownsville for certain. And some very magnanimous events took place on this spot, on this square, so to speak. For example, right there within 15 feet of me was the location that started the Cortina Wars in 1859. Then we get up into the Civil War period, and we have various changes in the Army involvement in the area. But the most significant is that the Northern Union troops took command of Brownsville. Secondly, every judge that has ever appeared in South Texas has gone through these portals. You had the very famous Judge Waltrus, who was in charge of the distribution of lands after the statehood and the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. He was in here. Judge Stephen Powers was in here, and all of these illustrious figures. Now, we get off into the military. We had Robert E. Lee in here. We had Grant in here. And all of the people that are in the world's textbooks walk through these portals. Into the modern era, we're going to say that began with this building in 1949. If you look at the stucco on that, it was originally brick, the border brick, adobe brick, and then in 1949, the rage was going into the California look, the mission look, and so therefore the Monterey plaster was added at that point in time. The cupola was added, and then various extensions of closing in the midsections were done at that point. In present day, the proposed function for this building is to incorporate it into the museum complexes that we have here in Brownsville. It's presently under construction in a number of different realms, but ultimately it will house an extension of the Brownsville Historical Association, the collections that they have, and then the combination effort with what is the partnership with the city and the historical community. Books could be written about this, and they have been written about this, and the rest is history. For KVEO News, I'm Eugene Fernandez.